So, Lawyer Rich, why is the Home Office refusing majority of visit visa applications?
Well, it's because any person applying for a visit visa should meet the eligibility requirement and the suitability requirement. Normally, Home Office will be assessing whether the person coming to the UK on a visit is a genuine person, is a genuine visitor. Genuine visitor is defined under the Immigration Rules Appendix V 4.2 as a person who has genuine intention to return to their home country when after their visits. Number two, whether the person can meet their onward journey, that is, they can afford to pay for their trip. If they are a student, of course, somebody will sponsor them, and then they will also want to know that why is the person, sponsoring your trip? What is the benefit to that person? Of course, you're a student. You don't work. You're not in employment. So the expectation is that somebody will be sponsoring your trip. So that's acceptable. But you should be able to demonstrate also that what is the interest of that person. It could be a relative, and then they have to explain that. That will mean that you are not just coming to the UK with a visit visa to remain here permanently. And that is one of the reasons. The other one is that, for legal practitioners, we say that maybe it's because Home Office think that because when your visit visa application is refused, you don't have right of appeal. So it's unappealable decision, and therefore they cannot be challenged. So the decision making has been very, very subjective. And that is a problem for us because the only way you can have a redress when application has been refused is through judicial review. That is a very expensive process, and normally clients will not be able to afford to go to judicial review. And we think that if Home Office position is that if we refuse application, you can't challenge us, then, the smallest mistake or anything, they refuse it because there won't be any challenge. And the only way to get redress is probably to just do a fresh application. But that is fine. So today, let's look at what you should do for your visa application to succeed. Number one, let's take a typical example of a mother wanting to come to the UK to look after or to visit their grandchild and their children. So let's say Auntie Mary, who is the mother or the grandparent coming. She works, she sells things at Makola Market. We use Ghana as an example. We know that our moms, they are trading. They don't really have it, maybe the business is not even registered. So in order for Auntie Mary to show whether she has income in Ghana and her to evidence her personal circumstances for her to be accepted as a person who will return after their short visit, it will be difficult because Home Office is looking for a person who works, has money, has houses, properties, income, money in their bank account to be very strong. So they have strong ties in Ghana that if they come here, there's no way or there's no incentive for them to remain here because they've got so many things going on in Ghana or in the country that they are applying from that why would it be that I have to come to stay in the UK? So, first of all, demonstrating your circumstances in Ghana. So we produce moms, houses, documentation, titles, properties, her bank statement showing income coming to her, her business registration, the fact that she's receiving income and she's paying taxes on those income as well, which is a problem for most of applicants because although they have a lot of money in their bank accounts, sometimes they can't even demonstrate that the money belongs to them because they haven't even paid taxes on them. And that is a problem. So if we are able to do that, and then the applicant will also be able to show that when she comes here or he comes here, the people that we are using a grandparent she's coming to see are able to accommodate her because if she's not staying in a hotel. So the different types of visit depends on what requirements you have to meet. But ideally, the main issue for refusal has been the genuine intention to return or to come for a visit and return once your visit visa time has come. Sometimes Home Office will look at people who have been previously issued a visit visa. They've come and stay here because their visa, for example, is about 6 months. They stay for the whole 6 months, although on their visit visa application, they stated that they're gonna spend, let's say, 2 weeks. If you do that, technically you have overstayed your visa. Please make sure you take note of this. You applied for a visit visa to come to the UK, and then you stated that you were coming to spend 2 weeks, but then you spent 6 months without any reason. You have overstayed. The next time you apply, chances are your visa application will be refused because you overstayed the last time. People will say, but I have 6 months. No, because the time you stated is what you have to abide by. You can't overstay. So we are looking at Appendix V, Visit Visas, 4.2, Genuine Visitor. If you are able to demonstrate that you are indeed a genuine visitor, then your application should succeed. If it's refused, we would encourage you to look at the refusal decision, whether addressing the issues raised in the refusal decision is meant that you can do a new application. You should be able to do a new application because every application will be considered on its own merits. If it is something that is clear that they should have granted you and they refuse you, then we should be able to challenge that through judicial review. And RBN solicitors, we have been very, very successful in challenging visit visa applications, where after we have assessed the refusal, we know that you should have been granted. We should be able to help you. So with visit visa application, assessment is subjective, but if you seek legal advice, you should be able to set your case clearly, and hopefully Home Office will grant your application. Thank you.